A couple of headliners this afternoon, and you and Asia Wilson. What's your mentality entering that individual matchup?
I mean, just playing my game and knowing what I do best, but also knowing her game a lot. I've watched her game a lot. She's obviously a great player. She's the MVP for a reason. But I know I'm also a good player too, and I can guard her well.
The Atlanta Dreamers are quickly figuring out what the Chicago Bravado have known all along. The Dreamers are figuring out why the Chicago Bravado were so eager to trade the matriarch of me-bounds. And speaking of the Bravado, there is a reason that I gave them that name, as you just saw in the clip. Angel Reese is filled with false bravado. Part of me actually admires her self-confidence. AJ Wilson is the MVP, but look at me, my game is great! I know what some of you are probably thinking. I saw a lot of comments yesterday on Twitter. What is she supposed to say? Every athlete says they're a great player. Yeah, there are definitely some athletes who are proficient at patting themselves on the ass. Go get 'em, Tiger. You're the best. But the real greats, the real game changers, they don't have to tell us how great thou art. They don't have to explain their greatness. They let their game do all the talking. You see, one of the problems with Angel Reese, and I know I keep repeating this point, but for some reason, lonely men are so blinded by their devotion to Angel Reese, they just refuse to understand it. The problem for Angel Reese, for 3 years now, she has presented herself as a star. Do you guys remember when the matriarch of me-bounds claimed 20 years from now, when we look back at this era of pretend basketball, people will remember that Angel changed the game. People aren't just watching Caitlyn, they're watching me too. Angel Reese isn't necessarily lying. People are definitely watching, and they're laughing. Angel Reese is not taken seriously because she allowed the media to put her in a role that she's not ready to be in. At this stage of her career, Angel Reese is a dominant role player. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. Manu Ginobili had a Hall of Fame career. This dude was a first ballot Hall of Famer as a role player. But Angel Reese and her pretend friends in the mainstream media, they don't want her to be perceived as a dominant role player. They want Angel Reese to be perceived as a star, which fine. The WNBA damn sure needs more star players. And Angel Reese not only has mainstream name recognition, she's also interesting to watch. But if you're going to present yourself as a star, if you're going to demand that America treats you as a superstar player, you're going to be held to those standards. Manu Ginobili, he wasn't held to the same standards as Tim Duncan. There wasn't another player in the league that was held to the standards of Michael Jordan. Angel Reese, she wants the praise, she wants the credit that's given to Caitlin Clark, but after watching that abysmal performance yesterday afternoon, it is abundantly clear Angel Reese ain't ready for prime time. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Let's go and get to the sponsor for today's video, my good friends at Sugar Mountain Trading. Glenn is one of my longtime viewers. Hell, he's been watching me on the channel for years. Several months ago, he strained his shoulder while picking up his dog to take her outside. He thought the pain would go away, but weeks later, Glenn was still dealing with shoulder pain. Over-the-counter meds doing nothing for him. Like most of my daily viewers, he had been hearing me talk about the efficiency of the CBD from Sugar Mountain Trading for a couple of years now. So, a couple of weeks ago, Glenn ordered his first bottle of CBD lotion. He applied the lotion to his shoulder. Several minutes later, pain gone. My uncle has been using the CBD lotion from Sugar Mountain Trading since around Thanksgiving to alleviate his pain so he can sleep at night. He was using pain meds, but he doesn't take the pain medication anymore because he doesn't need it. The CBD effectively alleviates his pain. I have got countless stories from viewers, friends, family. They all tell me the same thing. They cannot believe this stuff actually works. Hell, there's a reason Sugar Mountain Trading has been with me here on the channel for almost 2 years now. My audience keeps buying their CBD because Sugar Mountain Trading is the real deal. All CBD products offered at Sugar Mountain Trading, 100% natural, 100% free of THC. So click the link in the description or the pinned comment below. Use my promo code BTL25, BTL25. Receive 25% off your first purchase with Sugar Mountain Trading. There was a celebration yesterday in Atlanta. AJ Wilson and Angel Reese sold out an NBA arena. This is further proof that Caitlin Clark's not the only draw in this league. This dynamic duo consists of huge stars. This matchup between the Las Vegas Anonymous Faces and Atlanta Dreamers, it was promoted as an intense battle between two of the biggest stars in the league, two of the best players in the league. Unfortunately for the WNBA, only one player was capable of showing up. Angel Wilson is without a doubt best player in the league. Now, that does not mean she's the most valuable player. Obviously, the most valuable player in the league is Caitlin Clark. But strictly in terms of basketball, Angel Wilson, easily the best player. Now, according to Angel Reese, she's also a great player. Look at me, I'm a star too. But once again, the words coming out of Angel Reese's mouth did not match the turds that she was dropping on the court. 29 minutes, 9 points, 8 rebounds to go along with 8 turnovers. Angel Reese shot 12.5% from the field. And as always, she put together a season's worth of bloopers in one game. Watch it for yourself.
Through 2. Reese barreling through. It's an offensive foul. 7. Now it's Reese. The Euro. Doesn't get the uber efficient 45 points. Rim run. Reese couldn't finish. Reese thought about it and traveled. Getting the youth some experience early in the season. Reese well short. In and out for 3. Offensive rebound. There is Reese. Couldn't finish. Kick. Reese traveled. Bounce it. Reese couldn't squeeze it through. 3. It's short. Rebound. Reese.
Uncle KC, I thought you said this game was sold out. I saw empty seats all over the arena. Yeah, I noticed that too, but I'm not going to give them a hard time about that because they were playing in an NBA arena. Now, if these were empty seats at the local mall that the Dreamers normally play their home games in, that would be a problem. But there was a good turnout yesterday for the Dreamers and Anonymous Faces. And the game was close. The ladies put on a show. Problem for Angel Reese, the Dreamers were down double digits for most of the 29 minutes that she played. They actually made a comeback in the fourth quarter when Angel Reese was on the bench. I wonder why. You know, lonely men often get mad with Uncle KC when I criticize the matriarch of me-bounds. According to the WNBA's unofficial policy, criticism of players not named Caitlin Clark is not allowed. But my criticism of Angel Reese, it's never been personal. Look, it's no secret that Uncle KC is not a fan of pretend basketball. I've always been upfront and honest about that, but I try to be as objective as I can. I'm serious when I say that the WNBA needs Angel Reese. Like I've said countless times, Angel Reese is not a bad player, but she is miscast. Angel Reese is a role player disguised as a superstar. I know the WNBA is proud to be the equity league. I know they want the star power to be equally distributed throughout the league, but that's just not how it works. Last night, we were at an award ceremony for my daughter. She made all county, so we had to sit through every athlete in the county while they were recognized for our kid to be on stage for 5 seconds to receive her award. But there were some amazing young women on stage last night. This one girl, she had a game this season with something like 23 or 25 points, 29 rebounds, 15 blocks. That was not her combined stats for the season. This young woman did that in one game. Hell, it takes Angel Reese 3 games to eclipse 25 points. But anyway, towards the end of the ceremony, they announced the Female Athlete of the Year. They announced the nominees. They bring all the nominees on stage. Then the guy says, "This decision was really tough. It was so tough that we are making a special announcement tonight. Instead of one Athlete of the Year, we are awarding 6 young women with this prestigious award. Don't worry, ladies, you're all winners." How can you have 6 athletes of the year? Are there 6 MVPs in the NBA? When the NFL announces their MVP, do they equally distribute the award amongst 6 players? No, because all you're doing is diminishing the value of the award. That's kind of what the WNBA is doing with Caitlin Clark. They are trying to diminish her star power and trying to spread her drawing power throughout the league. On paper, Angel Reese is their best option to match the mainstream drawing power of Caitlin Clark. Problem is, she's not ready. And I think she's not ready because she is unprepared. Now, obviously, I don't know Angel Reese personally or what she does in the offseason, but my guess is she is not working on her game in the offseason. Uncle Casey, that's not true. She competes part-time and unrivaled. The competition in that league is fierce. Most great players, they spend their offseason being trained by legends, players who have won championships, players who have won MVPs. Angel Reese is spending her offseason competing against players who can barely make a WNBA roster. If you look at the career of A'ja Wilson, she improves every season. If you look at Caitlin Clark, she gets better every year. The Angel Reese I saw yesterday, it's the same Angel Reese I saw 2 years ago. That is not sustainable. You want to know the end result of that trajectory? Zion Williamson, major star, physically gifted. At one point, Zion could have been the face of the NBA. Here we are 7 years later, Zion Williamson has been forgotten. The WNBA cannot afford to have Angel Reese on that trajectory. They need a star to compete with Caitlin Clark, be on her level. Paige Beckers is a good player, but she doesn't have the drawing power. Angel Reese has the potential, but in order to reach that potential, she has got to be a legitimate threat on the court. And right now, she's just not. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.